So this is part one of the Logic digital marketing methodology, where it's absolutely crucial to get the right keywords for your website, because ultimately this is a data-driven strategy. The data is actually the keywords that people are actually typing in, or questions they're asking. So what you'll see here is a load of folders. Each one, what we've done is we've looked at the website. The example is obviously light bulb keywords. You can see different types of light fittings here. So we've looked at this website and we've identified exactly what they're selling. It could be a service, so it could be maybe an accountancy service where you're offering PAYE or whatever it might be. So each one of these represents a product or a service that you're offering. As you open up, you'll see here we've got ceiling lights. You'll see 5 spreadsheets. So these are the 5 spreadsheets that we need in order to deliver the Logic digital marketing methodology. So the first thing we do, and by the way, we've actually built our own tool to actually do the keyword research, because what we found is the tools that were available, the normal sort of standard tools that I'm sure you'll all know already. I'm not going to say any of them, but ultimately we've had to build our own tool because it wasn't giving us the exact results that we wanted. So we start with spreadsheet number 1, which is what we call a draft 1 copy. So a draft 1 copy is basically where we go to Google, YouTube, Amazon, eBay, Bing, and we put in the keyword, in this case ceiling lights, and we get every possible keyword with the word ceiling lights, no matter what it is. As long as it's got the word ceiling lights in, that's in this list. So that's the first stage. It's important to recognize that this list is coming from 2 places. First of all, the keyword planner, which is a part of the AdWords system, which means that ultimately that's pretty much where most people would get their data. The other source of data is from the predictive search terms. So this is when, for example, you start to type something into Google and you get a big long list of predictions of what it thinks you're going to type next based on popularity. So this is what this list is here. That's a draft 1 copy. The next thing we need to do is, once we've got our draft 1, is we need to organize them into 2 individual piles. So let me make that a bit bigger for you. So in column A, you can see here we have got, he says, there you go, column A, we've got all the keywords that we think are going to drive the right type of traffic for our ceiling lights. And on the right hand side, we've got the negative keywords. So negative keywords are keywords that we think are not the right type of traffic. They're not going to bring a potential sale to the website. So if, for example, you're an accountant based in Milton Keynes and you only advertise 10 miles radius of Milton Keynes, because that's where your customers are based, you might actually say a negative keyword would be Newcastle or Brighton, because you don't operate in those areas. If you just had a service that you were just focusing just on England or the United Kingdom, then obviously France, Germany, Australia, they would all be negative keywords. So if we think that there's a keyword and we're a bit sort of, is it, isn't it? Then we would leave it in the positive. If there's potential that we're going to use it now or in the future, so we've maybe got another service we're offering or we're adding more products, and we know we're going to cover these words in the future, then we leave them in the positive column. So that's what a positive negative list is. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get all of those positive keywords and we're going to make our main data sheet. So our main data sheet should look like this, and this is roughly what your keyword research should be looking like. So here in column A, we've got all the keywords that we've already identified as being keywords that we think are going to drive the right traffic. In column B, we've got the number of searches in the month in which we did the research. Column C is the cost per click. If we're doing paid advertising, this is how much it would cost. If you're eagle-eyed, you'll probably notice these are mostly zeros at the moment. It's because we're updating our API for our internal team and internal software. You can see here in column D the competition level, with 1 being 100%. If it said something like 0.11, then that would be 11%. So how many people are competing with you against that specific keyword or term? You'll then notice you've got the last 12 months of data. So here we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, etc., etc. So the reason we have this data is because most people have a marketing budget, and what they want to do is focus that marketing budget on a product that they think is going to sell within that month. So for example, if we sold hoodies in the winter, so say November, there might be 100,000 people searching for hoodies. But in July, it's a bit warmer, so there might only be 30,000 looking. And that's why we need this data. So if we were a music shop and we sold guitars, violins and pianos, what you could do is you could start shifting your budget based on the popularity. So for example, if in April guitars are really popular, you could move your budget onto guitars, try and sell as many guitars as you can, then move on to pianos or whatever it might be. And that's why we've got that data. So when this tool is operational properly, and the cost per click is also available, as you scroll down the list, you should be looking at columns C and D. So obviously this is not very helpful that the tool has been updated, but you still get the idea. What we're looking for here is opportunity. So we're looking for opportunities where we've got nobody bidding against us and we've got no competition, which means it's really, really low-hanging fruit. So it means we can get those keywords coming to our website for however many visitors there are at next to no money. So as you scroll down, the interesting thing is you'll notice when we get to this line here, you'll see that in fact from this line downwards here, no data. Now I've seen digital marketers see this list here, and everything that had no data, they've deleted the whole lot, which is a big mistake. So this data here is from the predictive search terms. All data is important to us, it's how we use the data. So there's good data and bad data, but we can still use it efficiently and effectively. So the reason there's no information here is because these here are the predictive search terms. So we've got these Alexas in our house now where we're asking questions. So we're going a bit more into voice search. How do I do this? What is this? How do I change a washer on a tap or whatever it might be? So that's why there's no data, because nobody has ever advertised on these keywords previously. But what you'll find is there's an awful lot of questions in there that people are asking, and it's very, very relevant to your business. The reason we have data here is because these keywords are from the Google Keyword Planner, which are part of the AdWords system. Someone at some stage has advertised on these keywords. That's how we've got the data. So it's really, really important to understand and what the data sheets are actually telling you. So this is a data-driven strategy, remember. So next thing is spreadsheet number 4. We're going to take that positive list and we're going to make a list of all the questions that people are asking about our products and services, because we can use those as part of our content strategy, maybe in our social media, that type of thing. And we're going to be talking about content in video 4. So next one we need to do is the last and final spreadsheet is spreadsheet number 5, which is basically those same keywords, but those questions, but it has the volumes again like previously. So this means that we can see and identify what questions people are asking more of. So what are the popular questions? Then we can start with these in our content strategy and then work our way through the predictive ones down the bottom here. So they're the 5 spreadsheets really you should be, for each of your categories and services you've got, this is what your keywords should be looking like anyway. I'm amazed how many times I see like 3 or 4 or 5 keywords. It absolutely amazes me. We're next, in video 2, we're going to talk about paid advertising. Thank you.